September Premier League Player of the Month is going to be coming as an SBC in FIFA 22 Ultimate Team very soon. We are going to be seeing it probably in the next few days. I'm going to be talking about in this video when exactly that could possibly be. We are also going to be talking about La Liga Player of the Month as well, a little bit about that. We will clear up things about Antonio, we'll take a look at SBC Fodder, and we'll also take a look at some of the actual ratings, how the potential nominees that have been confirmed, the voting has now closed, which is quite a good sign that we are going to be getting it sometime very soon. But let's go ahead and jump in here. Take a look at some of the potential cards that we could be getting. Obviously, we're just going to be getting one, just to clear things up. We're just going to be getting one. This is going to be in the form of an SBC. So potentially, if Mohamed Salah is going to be winning it, this could be the card. And now straight off the bat, you can imagine this is going to be a ridiculously expensive card. This would be, of course, an upgrade from his inform. His inform is already quite expensive, around 500,000 coins. So you can imagine this SBC is probably going to be up there. It's going to be quite expensive for sure. Now, EA Sports did recently give Salah a Team of the Week card, but that is not stopping him in any way for getting this Player of the Month, because the Player of the Month isn't actually decided by EA Sports. The vote does have a small part. A lot of people think the vote is actually really important, significant. It doesn't really have that much significance. It's around 10 to 15%. The rest is just decided by the Premier League board, some Premier League, I believe the team captains as well. I'm not sure. Kevin De Bruyne might get a message deciding who should get this, or just captains of just general teams. That is how it is, I'm pretty sure, in the Premier League. That's how it goes. That's how the Premier League have said it goes. But Salah, he still has a very high chance of getting this. If Premier League, the board, the vote, it all points towards Salah, EA Sports don't have a choice. They are forced to release an SBC. So just to clear things up, that is always a reminder that we should think about with these Player of the Month SBCs. Obviously, if it was up to EA Sports, maybe a player like Saint Maximin would be a little bit better. More people can complete him because he's going to be a cheaper SBC. And for that reason, I believe, if I remember correctly, I did vote for Gucci Saint Maximin because I'm hoping that he is going to be coming out. It should have an impact on the market. Maybe it will cause some panic on some other strikers. Maybe the strikers, Premier League strikers, will be going down, French strikers, assuming, of course, it is going to be a well-priced SBC and it is going to be affordable. Another card could be Rudiger. I think defenders really need to do something significant to win Player of the Month. That's usually, unfortunately, how it is. But Rudiger could potentially, obviously, get a still card. He is a nominee, so there is definitely a chance of him getting one. Sarr as well could be an absolutely exceptional card at the start of the game. Very similar to Saint Maximin. It's perfect for right at the start. It is going to be, maybe this card won't be as linkable, but of course, still Premier League, still going to provide loads of different links in there. Then we do have Cancelo. Again, I think the defenders they are a little bit disadvantaged, quite a bit to be fair. But this Cancelo, I think, could be quite a nice card. If it is going to be well priced, Portuguese, perhaps you have some other links as well, maybe a strong link to Ruben Diaz. It's definitely possible to fit him into your team, so maybe a Cancelo could be quite good, but I think it is more unlikely. Then finally, we do have the main man, Cristiano Ronaldo. Now, this could be an absolutely insane SBC right at the start. If you remember Eden Hazard, we got like a few years ago, I'm not sure if it was FIFA 17 or whenever it was, but the dark purple sort of Player of the Month card design, we had Hazard, I believe the first Player of the Month. He was around like 1 million coins, something like that, if I remember correctly. This Ronaldo is going to be just ridiculously expensive. I can't imagine if this Cristiano Ronaldo is going to be winning. Yeah, I think the most likely players, if I had to say, of course, there's many different factors. I think it's very close in terms of actually looking at the stats. I believe these three here have gone 3 for 3. So they've scored 3 goals in 3 matches. So in my opinion, I would want Saint Maximin to win. I think I've made that clear. But I think it is quite likely Ronaldo or Salah could be maybe winning here. I think Saint Maximin as well is in there. But the other 3 here, I'm not too sure. I think the main odds are with Ronaldo, Salah, and Saint Maximin, if I had to bet on it. Now, there is, of course, a card, Antonio. Antonio got August Player of the Month. I'm sure a lot of you guys remember this Antonio. A lot of people are thinking that he's going to be released. Even some people are thinking it's going to be a Jamaican card. It's going to like strong link to Bailey, but unfortunately I don't think this card is going to be released anymore. We can see here these were the Player of the Month winners. Antonio has clearly won it, but the reason I don't think it is going to be released is because if it were to be released, it would have been done already. I think it would have been released on last Friday when we did get the ones to watch promo and the standard release of FIFA 22. That's how it always is. If we get a Player of the Month right at the start, like literally it's with standard edition, that should have been for August Player of the Month. We saw it in FIFA 20, but we didn't see it last year in FIFA 21. So for that reason, I don't think it's going to be happening. The seasons, maybe, I think EA Sports started this year. They started a little bit earlier. And that's why it was better suited, I think, in FIFA 20 for it to actually be, for them to include August Player of the Month. But I'm pretty sure EA Sports have just decided August Player of the Month is not going to be happening. I no longer think this Antonio is going to be released. And even if he was going to be released, it would be an English card. I think that's better for linkability. But the reason I think that is because his card right now, his gold card, is English. So for him to get a special card, it would just be the same as the base card. For it to be Jamaican right from the start of FIFA, he would have had to have a Jamaican gold card. Or if it is going to be like Laporte, something like that around the winter times, he will get a new gold card as a Jamaican card. But if this Player of the Month Antonio says it still gets released, as an example, it would be English, definitely 100%. I'm very confident on that. But unfortunately, I don't think we're going to be seeing this Antonio. I think it's just going to be lost. I don't think we're going to be getting it, unfortunately. So we can close this tab and we can end this case. Moving on now about SBC Fodder. We can talk about now when I think actually this SBC for this, the winner, when it's going to be released. So the voting has now been closed. EA Sports tweeted this on September 30th. So it usually takes EA Sports a week to calculate all of the votes with Premier League, of course, and then they usually come out with a winner. Thursday would of course be exactly a week, but I believe 8 days would make more sense for it to be on Friday the 8th of October. And this is usually before 6 p.m. UK time. So it would be around maybe lunchtime UK time, sometimes like 10 a.m, 11 a.m. UK time. Premier League will announce it and instantly EA Sports will be ready to drop an SBC. So I expect that is how it's going to be. Some people have been talking about SBC Fodder. I think I'll have a full separate video about that because I don't want to make this video too long. But essentially, SBC Fodder, I think it isn't really going to be going up yet for another few weeks. Now, the reason for that is because let's say we do get someone ridiculously expensive. If we do get, for example, a Ronaldo SBC, I think this is going to have like so many different squads. It's just going to be way too unaffordable and it isn't going to be possible. Same with Salah here. So I think SBC Fodder, for that reason, if one of them gets it, it isn't going to be going up. Now, for example, if a Saint Maximin gets it and it is actually quite affordable, it's only around 50, 60k to complete. I do think a lot of people will be completing the SBC, but the reason I don't see Fodder necessarily going up is because I think it would be like an 83 rated squad, an 84 rated squad. And usually at the start of the game, what people can do is simply buy a really cheap 88 rated or an 87, 89, and then the rest of the squad is just going to be 81s and 82s. That is the way that people just skip over it. And at the start of the game, people also have their own SBC Fodder, and that is why the prices don't generally go up too much. Honestly, people are just going to get a Casemiro and Navas, maybe 2 of them, 3 of them, whatever the combination is, and they're just going to water it down. They're going to saturate it with all of 81s and 82s, which are also super cheap, and that's how they're going to get the SBC done. Therefore, the main SBC Fodder in the middle, the 83s, 84s and 85s, aren't really going to be going up at all, and because not all of them are required, SBC Fodder in general isn't really going to be going up. I still think though, however, if you do have 1,000,000 coins or something like that, it could be a very, very good idea to invest a proportion of your coins. For example, if I have 1,000,000 coins, 10%, 20%, 100k, 200k, you can go ahead and start to invest and think about how you want to prepare for, I think in the next 3 weeks, 4 weeks, in around a month, give or take a week, I think SBC Fodder could be doing quite well. When you take a look at the previous charts as well, last year, it does back that up. If you are going to be going for Fodder, go for 83s, 84s, 85s, and also go for good nations and good leagues, because those SBC Fodder cards will be going up the most. But I will have a full separate video on that. Let me know down in the comments below if you guys are excited for Player of the Month. And lastly, La Liga Player of the Month should be coming sometime a little bit later after Premier League. Premier League is usually first. I believe the Premier League vote was first as well, and then La Liga should just be on a random day, I believe. I'm not sure too much on the weekend, but usually maybe it could, sometimes it comes out early, but it should be around as well, I believe, Friday the 8th of October. Thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.